Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm going to explain about the differences between process costing and job or contract costing. So for process costing, the accumulation of cost is done to each particular process, whereas for a job or contract costing, the accumulation of cost is done to that particular job or for that particular contract. Secondly, the products consist of like units or identical manufacturing specification more suited to mass production. That means in the process costing, you have identical output or homogeneous output, and then normally the production is in a mass production. Whereas for job or contract costing, the item is manufactured according to the customer's special requirement or basically the customer's specification. And then each job has their own characteristics. Okay. And then the third one is that the product cost is an average cost for each process. Whereas for your job or contract costing, the costs are identified directly for each particular job or for each particular contract. And next is that costs are computed for each process and at the end of the period or at the end of the process. Whereas for your job or contract costing, the costs are computed for each job after each job is completed. If you see under contract costing, you will have the cost of work done to date. So you identify the cost for each particular contract once it is being completed. Whereas for the process costing, you accumulate the cost according to the period. The period depends, maybe monthly basis, maybe quarterly basis, maybe fortnightly. So it depends. You at the end of the period, you will compute the cost for each process. Next, we're going to look into the process losses. So process losses occurs, that occur when the quantity, weight or volume of your process output is less than the quantity, weight or volume of your input. For example, you put in 10. Just take small figures. Let's say you put in 10 and then at the end of the day, you will get only output, only 9. So that means your output 9 is less than input 10. So in that case, 1 is your loss. Okay. So possible causes of your losses, it could be because of waste. So waste in a certain type of processes, you have material physically disappears, okay, due to evaporation or shrinkage. So discarded substance having no value, for example, the gases, dust, smoke. So these are all waste. It can also be categorized as scrap, so a kind of material residue from certain type of manufacturing processes, usually insignificant in quantity and sales value, and the sales value is normally relatively low. Okay, for example, if your normal product you can sell at 10 ringgit, this one you can sell at 20 cent, for example. So the sales value is relatively low, and you can sell that at a very low price. What about the spoil work? So this is the output of a process that does not meet the quality standard and then sold as seconds or in bulk without further processing, your spoil work. What about the defective units? This is the output of a process that does not meet the quality standard, but then you can brought back to the normal standard by ratification or some amendments for that particular defective units. Okay, with that, I thank you.